Recording is on. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome. It is the 14th of November 2022, and we are on a call with the Wallet Scrutiny Team. It is a project that we're working on in collaboration with them within the Bitcoin design community. Um, and this is call number 2 with the Wallet Scrutiny Team. My name is Mo. I'm more on the UX research side within the Bitcoin design community. We have Ed and Leo here. If you guys would like to introduce yourselves, feel free to go ahead.
Um, I'm Leo. I'm the founder of Wallet Scrutiny, and I've been working on the project for 3 years now.
Yeah, I'm Ed. I contribute some web design to the project.
Cool. And Carp Fluis, would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm an anonymous fish playing an instrument.
We have an anonymous fish on the call as well.
There we go.
Christoph, would you like to introduce yourself or skip this one?
Hey, I'll just skip this one here. Just gonna tune in and see what I can absorb from everyone.
All right. Cool. Yeah, guys. So I know you guys are. I know Leo, you're somewhere on the other end of the world. So hopefully your internet connection survives. We have Precious jumping in as well. Yeah. So I guess the goal of the project is to basically redesign the interface. So we kind of started a Slack channel. And thank you very much, guys, for being so open to working out in public within the Bitcoin design community. We really appreciate that because that means that other projects can learn from what we're doing. And as you can see, Precious is from the community, and he's basically just agreed to jump on as well. So it's really nice. But I'm not sure if you guys would like to chat about anything specific to kick off the call. If there's anything you'd like to mention or chat about, and then we can move maybe into some of the design research.
I don't have anything in particular. I wish we could talk about the expert feedback or expert opinion feature that I would love to implement, but I think I should go first and implement the technical aspects about it. And I don't know if design first and implementation later is the better approach, but it's quite a challenge on the technical side to do. So I think it's not yet at that point where how to integrate it visually is the main concern. Else, I'm happy to hear what you say about the other aspects of the project.
I think you shared a link about the expert opinion feature. I think that might have been on in the channel.
Certainly, I shared it on Slack at some point. Oh.
Expert opinion. Yeah, here it is. Oh, I will just share that link in the.
Should I go through a bit what the idea behind this is? So the idea is that people should be able to provide feedback to our scrutiny on certain products and also to the products themselves in a way that we don't have editorial power over those comments. So if we dunk on some wallet and do so in a not so nice way, they should totally have a way to answer and show their full opinion without any filters, just to get published on our website or something, or where they would have to resort to carrying the conversation off platform on Twitter or something. So if they have a way to really get heard on our own platform, then but then there's so we don't want to censor what people say, but we might be but we don't want to be liable for stuff people say. My idea was to integrate with a decentralized platform that allows you to author any replies, and that now Wallet Scrutiny could pull in optionally, and then we could see what happens from that outside feed into the website.
So you mean you would pull in a particular comment or something off of? Is that what you're talking about using Nostra for last time?
Yeah. So, for example, the Samurai wallet is getting a very bad feedback from us, and others might want to comment on that. And I think we could define who are the others that we consider experts, but then the user that wants to see all the opinions could also opt to see all the comments on Samurai. So on the website, there would be a reply feature or evaluate feature where you could also rate from 1 to 5 stars what the review is, or it could be not only on certain wallets, it could be on many aspects of wallets themselves. Like, so you can tally it up. So 5-star usability, 3-star security, whatever. Yeah, and those would be those would be opinions, and Wallet Scrutiny would then give accreditation or accredited or define accredited experts, like people that contributed to wallets would qualify as experts, and we would maintain. So if somebody replies there and has his key not associated with, or sorry. So if somebody would author a reply, anybody could author a reply on the website. That's my idea, at least. Then this would not qualify as an expert in the first place. But then they could ask to be included as an expert because they have a certain qualification as a wallet developer. And we have to see how we can make sure that, like maybe the GitHub repository of the wallet has to say, okay, this is an idea of an expert, and then we can scan these as the accreditation process and show these. But if the user of our website wants to see opinions of non-experts or of people that we do not give the expert status, they could see all those opinions. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. It sounds like you have most of it actually figured out, the technical side. Or is it the actual linking up of where these comments are plus the? How do you pull comments in?
That would be from Nostr. So the Nostr network has relays where you can store events. We would have to define an event for that. We could also use events that already exist, like public nodes from the social network tool or the social network application that works on Nostr for comments. So you could get visibility on the broader social network on Nostr for those comments, but that would be, I think it would be more challenging because it would not, there's projects that do it that way. So they have like something, and then people can reply to this something with public notes. But those public notes, they lose the reference what they are replying to. So people see, oh, that looks cool, and have no idea what's looking cool. Yeah. So I think it would make sense to have a custom event that that also has the tallying of or the more structured information of how do you rate the UI, how do you rate the security of a product or something like that.
And Leo, I think this is. I'm making some notes here. You mentioned usability as being one of the criteria. Do you have any other ideas as to which criteria you think might be good to be listed there?
I have like a huge problem with we have 4,000 products on Wallet Scrutiny, and only on Android do we have a somewhat good proxy for relevance. So we ignore wallets that have less than 1,000 downloads. Yeah, but on iPhone, they split the market by country, and I can see how many ratings it has in the United States. And if I look at that, then yeah, I might conclude that it is completely irrelevant. But maybe the app only exists in Chinese and has a million users in China and zero comments in the United States or something. So I hope that those expert opinions also get so attractive that many people comment on many wallets and give us some feedback on the relevance of those products. So I don't know, we won't get some estimates of assets under management by those products. I guess we cannot ask for that, but that would be the ultimate thing that I would love to prioritize products. If a product is protecting half of all the bitcoins, then that should get all our focus. But we don't know which ones are those. But at least those that experts are interested in are probably the ones that are worth looking into. And I think there should be a way to maybe downrate, because we don't want some shitty project to brigade wallet scrutiny to get them as a relevant like qualified as a relevant product, because they inspired some 20 sock puppets to rate the product. Yeah, so some down rating should be possible too. And I thought about monetization in the whole process too. So maybe the up rating, down rating of expert opinions might be possible with Satoshis. So that could also help the project.
Steven's just messaged me that he's having some internet issues, so he's not going to be really able to talk during the call, but he's joining in. So just a message from Steven. Just wanted to share that. Yeah, just in case you're wondering why he's might not be talking.
Hey guys, I joined
It's actually
a minute ago as well. This is Tanner, but just been listening.
Cool.
it's actually gotten better. I can hear you guys better now, and maybe I can participate in the conversation. We'll see.
Cool. Leo was just talking about the expert opinion feature, and he was talking about how that's important for him at the moment in implementing that, and he just gave some ideas with regards to that, such as comments being pulled in using Nostr. I'm just looking at my notes, and that down voting and up voting should be possible using voting with stats. Okay. Yeah. I'm just wondering what the if you're thinking of maybe having like a few criteria, like 5 criteria, or some main criteria that would be visible on the web page itself. If you guys maybe had any ideas about that.
Like criteria, like usability, speed, or fees, whatever. Yeah. I think I think the default view of the wallets should probably not show the expert opinions, as they I don't know. This is something we have to figure out, or maybe in the beginning it will not make sense to show like the first or the first two expert opinions and use those, but to switch it on when it is gaining traction, and to use tallying of those, like the average rating of an expert of the security aspects of this product. Yeah, this makes only sense when we have some data. But I hope that we also get users to do the actual reviews of the products in that way. So I'm not yet sure how to do that if they disagree on the verdict, for example. Yeah, so if one um, like oh, okay, I mean, I would love to get other people to do the reviewing and the verdicts because it's just too many wallets to, and also it would help with the reputation of the project if it was a community and not just like one or two people that made those verdicts. Yeah, but I don't know yet how to consolidate if there is a disagreement about verdicts, how to visualize this in the website when I cannot just say, okay, that product is in that category. And now it's up one category or it's down one category because it failed to reproduce or something.
Stephen, do you want to maybe chime in if your audio is good?
Sorry, I don't have an answer to the question.
Oh, sorry. Okay, cool.
What,
I think just thoughts on that. Like when we're talking about however we implement the check that this person is, associated with a certain wallet, that they're quote unquote expert, maybe that is what's required to kind of contest a verdict. Um, I'm kind of just thinking out loud, and then there could be like a little icon that, this verdict is currently is contested, or like this is the leading one. And then if the other one gets more support, then that becomes the leading verdict or something. Obviously, I haven't thought all the way through, but
Yeah, I think that's a great idea to by default assume that there is just one verdict and to treat any verdict that is contested as like the exception and something we should resolve. And but who decides in the end if um, like like how to consolidate it if there is a disagreement, like do we have a vote between the experts, and if it's just a single expert that thinks it is reproducible but the others say hell no, it's not reproducible, and what do we do about that? Do we show it as contested and explain why that one expert is maybe not impartial, and yeah, so
I feel like we're redesigning consensus rules just around the other thing. It's interesting.
I see that Precious has raised his hand. Go ahead, Precious.
Yeah, hey, I was powerful with the scrutiny doing like so.
Sorry, Precious, I'm afraid your audio is
Hey,
a little bit distorted at the moment. It's a bit like jumbled at the moment.
hey him.
ton of background noise.
Oh,
I will, in the meantime, just share my screen and go through this. Thank you so much, guys, for contributing to the Google document. So this was just a very rough Google document. Is my screen being shared at the moment?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So this is just a very rough Google document that we kind of created just to kind of try to think about the vision that Wallet Scrutiny has, their main target groups being end wallet users, security experts, and wallet providers. And what Leo was talking about at the moment was the contributions, which him and Tanner mentioned as being quite important. And one of their main goals is to get more contributors involved in the review process. Um, Tanner's particularly mentioning that people who are knowledgeable about reproducible builds, and Leo mentioning then getting more involvement from wallet providers, which he's just spoken about just now as wanting to put that as a feature on the website. And then we have the wallet users over here. How can we improve their user experience? So we're just kind of collecting ideas, and it's really at the beginning stages at the moment. I also asked the team for a list of websites. I wouldn't really say competitors. It's more kind of like design research that I did. So I asked the team for some places where I could do some design research, and they mentioned bitcoinbinary.org as well as reproduciblebuilds.org. Um, yeah, if you guys want to maybe dive into some of the design research, and I'm happy to share that with you, or I can share it in the channel. Yeah, as you wish. I'll stop
Yeah,
sharing.
I think that would be great to go into if no one else has anything.
Cool. I will share my screen again. So I had some fun with this. I'm the UX research person within the community, so I'm currently building out a research toolkit. So I grabbed some stuff from the toolkit, and I decided to battle test it out in doing the design research for you guys. Um, the only thing that I did in the beginning was as I looked at the homepage of Bitcoin Binary, and I'll just mention some insights that I found, and I'm just curious what you guys think about it. I noticed that they had a link here to video proof for each log. Um, I thought that might be interesting. I don't know if that might be something also for you guys. So I just made a note here that video proof is linked to each log. Um, they also mentioned the version that they've been testing here for each build as well. I made a comment here that maybe the binary log could be presented more visually, but I wasn't quite sure of their target audience. So I just said maybe this is suitable for their target audience. I also noticed on their homepage they have all of the FAQs. It's front, middle, and center. Like you basically just arrive on the homepage, and your FAQs are right here. Here it is. It's not even a drop down menu, but they have um, their most asked questions, I guess. They have other resources. Then they also have an FAQ section. Sorry, this is a definition section here. This is the wrong text. They also have a definition section over here as to what a reproducible build is. Um, so yeah, I kind of found those few things from this particular page interesting, particularly the video proof, the version log being shown here, um, as well as the FAQ section and the definitions being on the homepage. So yeah, I was just curious what you guys thought about those observations.
Well, may I? The video proof is uh, I find it is not really proving anything because many of those videos they show like yeah you can compile the product but it doesn't show any aspects of reproducibility. They don't show that it is actually the same binary as the binary that was
Hmm.
downloaded.
Yeah.
They download the binary from I think they download Emmanuel looked more into this, so he has a whole bunch of criticism of the whole thing, and he's hesitant to publish it to not dunk on our competitor. But he told me that they download the binary from GitHub, but not from Google Play, for example, or where the user would get it from. Yeah. And so the video proof is cute, but not really proving anything. Yeah. So the proof, like you could fake it, like it's just scrolling text. So So if this scrolled text would show something you don't want to show, then you could just record the actual text that's being scrolled, then edit that, and then let it scroll again. Like, what is it proving? It's proving nothing. So,
Yeah.
so a security researcher would look out uh, for a problem and report on the problem, or report to not have found a problem. But the video proof is maybe no, the video proof itself is not helpful for anybody. The log of the compilation is helpful for the product provider when it fails to reproduce, because then they can look into what was different there. And at Wallet Scrutiny, I usually show just that part that is problematic, or I report that it was not problematic. So, and there were some suggestions to always include the whole log of the compilation, and yeah, if we automate it, then it could be done. I'm just always hesitant to throw too much data at the repository, but maybe that's just some bias from 20 years ago to not store the data. But yeah, so yeah, the video proof is bogus. It's just distraction. The log of the compilation. Yes, we should probably add that. The version number that was reviewed is something that we definitely show too. They also show the hash of the binary that was reviewed, I think. So we do that too. The FAQ and the definitions is something you find under methodology in Wallet Scrutiny. So the methodology explains a lot of stuff. So does it explain definitions? Yeah, I mean, defines how, or it explains how we define something to be reproducible, or the verdicts are explained there. But whenever there's some demand for, whenever there is a frequently asked question, I try to explain it in the methodology. And I don't know if there are any frequently asked questions that would deserve an FAQ, but yeah, we could do that, but I don't know exactly what to put there that isn't already in the methodology.
Yeah, so one thing I do like about the landing page with them is there's this kind of, you get the idea that it's like a feed of all the new builds that are going on, whether that's from their automation tool, the build bot, or from just people contributing. And I think that could kind of, we could kind of incorporate that to the per wallet page where you see this is the, um, we'll probably do it a little bit differently and not just have the latest as like the top, but the user will be able to see this is how many build proofs have been submitted for this wallet, or this version, um, and kind of, I think that'll like build confidence in seeing the history of all the reviews in some way. It doesn't necessarily have to be a feed like that, but that was one thing I thought um, was good about the site. And then if we want to go down the automation tool build bot, there's a lot of caveats with that, and that there's little changes that have to be made depending on the wallet. But those are the two things that I thought were interesting about that site.
So at the moment, if we go to, I'll just go to the home page of Wallet Scrutiny so that I just understand. We go to the home page and help me to navigate if I'm doing anything wrong, please. So at the moment on the methodology page, as Leo mentioned, basically the methodology page is kind of like an FAQ and definition in one. So what we do not do, a manual review process, Is the product original? So these are almost like FAQ questions. Is this product original? Can we expect the product to ever be released? Is this product available yet? Do many people use this product? Is this a wallet? Okay. Yeah, as Leo said. All right.
Those questions are not questions about wallet scrutiny. Those questions are the questions about the wallet products, of course.
So these are FAQs about the wallet products themselves. Okay, compared to these ones, which
No,
is
it's not really an FAQ. It is a sequence of questions that we ask to categorize a product. So if the first question is it a wallet? And the answer is no, then we don't go through the other questions. And then if it is actually, or if it's for Bitcoin, if it's for storing your Bitcoins, etc., and you get to the last question, which is, can we reproduce it? And if that is also a yes, then it is a reproducible wallet.
so this is the process, the methodology. Okay, I understand. Okay, yeah, it's called methodology as well. So that's the methodology, and then when we go on the home page, okay. So it's definitely very different from this FAQ here. Okay, yeah. Who can submit? Can I submit the same version? It feels almost like these questions are really geared towards the contributors. It's like, who can submit? Can I submit the same version already approved? What are the specs for the video? What profile should I link to? It feels like these are around the contributors, these questions.
Yeah, and I wonder
Yeah,
if
totally. Right.
when we kind of switch to this more contributor focused model, that'll naturally kind of happen to our FEQ section too, because it won't be. We'll still probably have to have like a framework about what the verdicts are, what they mean, but the methodology is largely going to be left up to the contributors. Um, and Leo, I don't know if there's any way we like force it or suggest a certain methodology for them or what it is, but I imagine that'll compress the FAQ section if it's just about the rules of contributing and how to do so.
I looked at the FAQ of bitcoinbinary.org, and it is a clear invitation for contributions. And I think this might make sense to put it onto Wallet Scrutiny's main page too, because currently we invite people to suggest changes, but we only invite them on the specific reviews. So when somebody only looks at the list and at the main page, they never get really strongly invited to contribute. They have a GitLab link at the bottom of the page, but that's about it. And maybe it would make sense. But for my taste, landing page is already huge and heavy to load, and to slap some FAQ at the end of it would probably not get noticed by many people.
So kind of an idea to play around with whether we add in an FAQ section, whether you guys would like to add in an FAQ section for contributors.
I wouldn't call it FAQ maybe,
Yeah.
but something that is calling to action. So it's not just find your wallet or read the verdict and go away like it is now.
I'm witnessing a semantic issue unfold before my eyes here. I think the FAQ, I mean, it bothers me too. It literally means frequently asked questions, but I mean, I think nowadays FAQ has just become like shorthand for like, I don't know, pieces of information that we want you to know.
Right.
Like I see like it's like a company, they'll like launch a website and then they'll launch on their business on day one with an FAQ. And it's like, how can these questions be frequently asked? Your business just started yesterday. So like no one's asking you
Yeah.
questions. But
Yeah.
I mean the term FAQ basically at this point I think just means small nuggets of information you might like to have.
Yeah. And then with regards to the log, I'm curious about that. I'll go ahead and share my screen again. With regards to the log that Tanner was mentioning, please help me to navigate. So if I go to wallets, and if I click on a particular wallet and I click on full analysis, would this be the page that Tanner was referring to with adding in individual logs?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. And maybe it's not, the most exposed thing, but just if there's like a history of reviews submitted or, but yeah, this is the per wallet page.
Like put the logs there into this text would not make sense, but to link it there, yes. Like here is just like right below the analysis, you see this black box with part of the log, and this is just the part of the log that says, yeah, it's reproducible. And to have all the log of the compilation and everything, I think this would have to go to some text file and not be included in the HTML. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Leo, do you think, this is kind of separate, but do you think that when a contributor submits a review, they should all kind of follow the same structure? Like this is where you paste the output from the terminal. This is where you explain your methodology. Or do you think it should be kind of free form and that each review that can just kind of explain however they want?
Well, my idea was to have it free for the reviewers uh, to come or to have their own style of coming to their verdict, but yeah, it might make sense to have the like forms there where you can put the stuff, but I don't see too much value in the full log, but if we want the full log, then we should have a way to submit it, and we, uh,
Cool. I'll stop sharing my screen. Oh, there was the other one as well. This one I didn't quite make notes about yet, but this is the reproducible builds one. And here on their homepage as well, I think that it was quite interesting that front and center is the contribute button right there, inviting people to contribute. I think that was quite interesting here. The why does it matter? Why do reproducible builds matter? And I think that's something that you guys also mentioned during the first phone call, is kind of educating people as to why a reproducible build is important in a very kind of, like user-friendly way that's in plain English. So I thought that was really interesting, the why. And the how, which I guess is your methodology. That's your methodology section on your website, which is also pretty much front and center on Wallet Scrutiny here. So I think the how was interesting. I like the way you guys do the how with the methodology. And the why I think was very interesting, since we mentioned in the first call the educational aspect as being important. I think that was it from this one, which is why I didn't really make that much notes. And then they had a top level menu over here. Yeah, just that is some initial research. I'd like to do some more research in terms of the other websites and how they build trust, um, which we also have here in the plan. So to look at Yelp and Google Business as well as Google Maps. But yeah, I'm curious on you guys' thoughts.
Yeah, definitely. I think the why is something we could add that's more kind of front and center. We have a really good section kind of within the methodology and like what is a reproducible build. But I do think that's because yeah, like you mentioned, a lot of people, especially the average user, doesn't know what it is or the importance of it. I was also, and sorry if this is kind of a tangent, but wondering your thoughts on just general navigation of the site and like how to find different wallets. You went through and did the search and by category. I've kind of thought that like a more tabular view would be uh, helpful, and there's going to be a lot of things in terms of ranking that we don't want to say like this is the absolute best wallet because of this verdict, but um, I don't know. I feel like there could be some improvements there that we haven't talked through all the way. Just general finding a wallet, seeing how it stacks up against others.
Um, what do you guys think about the tabular view suggestion?
When you
Yep,
say
that could always be fun.
a tabular view, you just mean like literally just side by side comparisons of two wallets.
Sorry, I just meant like a table. So you have like wallet name, maybe version, and then the 5 or 6 different main verdicts about the wallet and like the latest reviews.
Ah,
And Leo too. Your thoughts on this too, because we haven't really talked about it, but as a main page, I think it'd be cool to see just a list of wallets and kind of a table with their statuses.
I don't exactly understand where you want to put these tabs. You mean to
Like in the
put
wallet
the
section.
history of the wallets on, like the previous verdicts of the products, or
Here, let
what do you
me.
want to put?
I'm trying to pull up a visual of a tabular view of something, so I'm just Googling as we are talking. Maybe something visual.
I understand tabular view, but what you want to put into the table, like
My system preferences aren't I think we share, but it would be in the wallets section of the main screen. So like right now we have the top, it's like 8 for, and you have the filter on for reproducible from the Play Store.
yes.
And I wonder if, just instead of the hover over icons, it would be more intuitive to have like a table with um, that you could filter by category or verdict, things like that.
I guess I have to see a sketch of that. It's also the audio is not really good. I don't understand exactly what you want.
I pulled up something. I can share it here. Is this maybe more like a tabular view that you're referring to, Tanner? This is like a table.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Uh, and yeah, it doesn't have to be a full kind of, it doesn't have to look like a spreadsheet, but I think the general thing I'm just thinking about is the hover over of the wallet icons versus a list of them kind of thing with the various verdicts.
So at the moment you have this here,
Right.
And then you're thinking maybe something more like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry to take us on this tiny tangent. It was
Yeah,
just
no worries. I mean, it's okay. All right. Just something like
Yeah.
this. Okay.
So the ranking within the verdict usually is not really a ranking. It's not like the simple Bitcoin wallet is the top pick or something. That's also something that's bothering me in the current presentation because people think like the first one is the top recommendation, but those are sorted by downloads in the Android section. Like the top pick right now is from a wallet that is currently not maintained because the guy is fighting a war in Ukraine, and I don't know if that's the best recommendation we can make. And um, so so for getting any order into the products in the same verdict, I also hope we can get that from the expert opinions. So that's the most recommended product. Yeah, then I can put it first, but without expert opinions, the hardware wallets, I have no proxy of relevance at all. So they are randomized. So when you reload the page, you get a different order.
So the order could come from the expert opinions, and then they could
Yes.
be like ranked like that. And then maybe some design explorations around how that would be visually presented.
Yeah, then we can make it a list and a number next to the to every line,
Yeah.
like number
Yeah.
one here, there.
Cool. We have like 8 minutes left of the call. I'm just thinking of like kind of next steps in terms of moving the design process forward. We spoke about like an FAQ section. We spoke about the why. Um, we have we do have someone who is very good at writing on the call at the moment. Is it an idea to maybe come up with a little bit of text around why the reproducible build is important as one of the next steps? Just a little paragraph about why it's important. What do you guys think?
I think that'd be great. And we have there's kind of a starting point we can probably jump off from somewhere on the website, right? In terms
Yeah.
of why.
And maybe we can take a screenshot of like the home page, the entire homepage of Wallet Scrutiny, and maybe just look at that together, just in little bits and pieces, and kind of think about it a bit more in terms of the layout and the design, and those kinds of things. Just like pull it into a Figma file and look at the overall layout of the homepage. And then you guys mentioned the navigation as well. I guess that's completely in line with the homepage. The what we do section, the methodology, yeah. So what do you guys think? Maybe create a little bit of text around why reproducible builds is important, and maybe some just looking at the homepage itself and looking at the layout of the homepage as an initial step. Um, yeah, curious on you guys' thoughts about that as being the next steps, or if you
I
have.
love that. I love that the phrase "criminal energy" appears in here,
Where is it?
right at the top.
In the methodology.
All right, that was a joke, though. We just kind of just happened to zero in on that as a writer.
Yeah, as I said, we have someone who's really good at writing on the call.
Got to be
Who is it?
provocative.
We have some really good designers in the community, so if we if we can look at the homepage and just kind of maybe just look at the layout in general, look at the main things that are being shown on the homepage at the moment. The hierarchy, how everything is on the homepage, what you see straight away, and maybe think about just looking at the design, at the layout, the hierarchy, how everything is presented, what is on the homepage, and then off that, I guess, comes the navigation of the homepage. Or would you guys like to maybe do something else? Yeah, completely open to what you guys would like to do.
I think it's a good starting point. And yeah, a good like kind of progression landing page, and then get more into the weeds on per wallet pages and stuff. But I think that starting from the most visible point.
Yeah. I guess from my side, I'd like to do some continue with research in terms of these other guys. So Yelp, Google Business, and Google Maps. I know because one of the things we discussed was how do these websites establish trust in terms of the UI? So what is making people actually trusting these reviews? So maybe we can, I can do some of that research in the background. We maybe create a little bit of text as to the why. We have a very good writer here on the call. And maybe we just look at the initial homepage, kind of how it's structured, what the hierarchy of things, and maybe start to think about that a bit more.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Or any other ideas. And I know Leo also mentioned, I don't want to forget what Leo mentioned. Leo mentioned the expert opinion feature. So maybe that's also something to start to think more about. I'll add that to the notes as well. Implementation would be with Noster, and then up rating and down rating. So maybe we can, yeah.
Yeah, and it'll be an action on us too to um, think more through about how to apply the filters and kind of the methodology for submitting. So we'll take that as a to do on our side.
I think that's also super important to see how to roll out such a feature. So maybe the first version would just be a thumbs up, thumbs down, and that's it. And later we add all the nuance to it, and where people can submit their reproducible, like their documentation of a reproducible build or something. Because for one, there is a one Bitcoin bounty if the product would get rolled out by the end of the month. There's a hackathon by bolt.fun, and but also I think it's something that should go iteratively because we won't get it right on the first shot, and maybe we spent like months in developing a feature that in the end nobody will use.
Yeah.
So it has to be tested, and if there is any chance of user engagement, and if it, I think the up and down voting, for example, it might be a 5-star rating, whatever. Is one of the most important things to get some structure in what is relevant and what is not, and to get people care to engage with the website, and that could just be a nice first
And I feel like
step.
Christoph is going. Bye, Christoph. I feel like that really ties into the next part of the design research, which is the next part of the research will be really around building trust. And the expert opinion is also part of that trust building process, like showing those expert opinions in a non biased way. So that would be interesting to see, to maybe go a little bit deeper into in the next call about the expert opinion. Would that expert opinion be on the homepage then, or what are you guys' thoughts on that?
I think it would mainly feed into uh, the per wallet contributions, and those would be the experts. And then however we want to apply the filter between experts and non-experts, we'd have to think through, and that's what we're thinking. If someone's associated with a known wallet project, then they're considered an expert.
Yeah, just on the individual wallet pages, so not like on the main homepage itself.
Yes, that's a good question. If we want to expose the contribute button early, and then you select the wallet you're writing a review for, or if we just want to keep it to the per wallet pages.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I'm sure either way would probably be good.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think we're all pretty cool with the next steps. It's pretty much like I'll continue with the design research in terms of how the other websites build trust, Yelp and Google Business and so forth. And we can kind of have a look at the homepage, look at the hierarchy, how it's laid out, think about the navigation of the homepage. And maybe pretty much go from there. Sounds like a plan.
Hell yeah.
Sounds good.
Thanks. Yes, thanks.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so I guess we can pretty much wrap it up. We're 1 minute over the hour. I'm going to stop the recording so that I save this recording. Stop recording. Would you like to stop recording?